Hey, welcome to another edition of Two Labs Garage. I am driving right now, of all things, a 1995 Ford Windstar minivan. And this minivan belongs to my parents. And if you're wondering why I'm even messing with a minivan, well, some family friends of ours are having a baby, so we're keeping their dog. So really, instead of Four Labs Garage, instead of Two Labs Garage, this is more like Four Dogs Garage. But anyway, so we could transport 4 dogs, I borrowed this old minivan from my parents. And I'm a firm believer that when you borrow something, you return it in better condition than you got it. And this van's got a few issues, so we're going to take care of them. And some of these issues are kind of common across the Ford line, so even if you don't have a Windstar, you might have a 90s Taurus, Thunderbird, Mustang. Hey, some of these things might help you out. So anyway, stay tuned. We're going to fix a few things on this Windstar before we return it. Alright, so like I said before, we have a 1995 Ford Windstar van here. And I'm just doing some work to it because I borrowed it from my dad and it needs a few things. I'm going to try to get a hold of some new wipers here because they're completely shot. We also got some issues around the vehicle I'll show you. But this vehicle was bought new by my grandparents back in '95. And my granddad, he was a very frugal man, so this is about as stripped down base model of a Windstar as you could get. I think this was even first or second year for the Windstar, not really positive. Before that, Ford had been making the Freestar minivan, which was built off a Ranger chassis. These were built off the Taurus chassis. And Ford started doing that because they were just getting spanked by Chrysler with their minivans. So anyway, this was Ford's attempt at a minivan, and this one's had a fairly easy life. It was never a soccer wagon or anything like that. So anyway, I'll take you all around it real quick. Alright, so it's got this, I think they call this color champagne. And the old factory hubcaps are, I think one of them broke and it was cheaper to buy a set of these off Amazon than replace with one factory. So we did that. Inside, I mean, she's not too bad. It does have a cassette, but that's not original to this. And the mileage on it, yeah, she's a high mileage thing. And these are known for head gasket problems. And they had one put on fairly early in its ownership days. So anyway, one of the things we got here, you see this taillight, it's being held on by tape. Does that show up? So anyway, we'll be replacing that. And then the other big thing I gotta take care of is, yeah, that's not working. So we're gonna fix that. And like I said, for what it is, it's in pretty good shape. Alright, so first order of business here is going to be changing this lens out. As you can see, there have been some washers added up here. It's actually holding on there pretty good. But we do have a new lens, so I'm going to go ahead and change it. And this same method works for pretty much any Ford of this era. Thunderbirds, Tauruses, Mustangs, F-150s, I think might even use the same method. But you got a couple screws. And normally it's just got some tabs in there and you just pull it straight out. And this one's no exception. and that gasket's kind of shot. And then you can either twist these out, or you can just unplug them. I'm going to twist out. So yeah, either method will work. And here we have one I picked up from the salvage yard. And it ain't perfect, but it was only Windstar in the salvage yard, so I went ahead and just accepted this. Really just, these things twist in. Also, be a good time to check, make sure the bolts work. Put them in just like they came out. Then just slide your tabs back in. Come on. There we go. And now, just replace the screws. Now this one, even so, it still has a mess up on the tab here. Ooh, somebody really feeding it the onion. Anyway, we'll keep using the washer thing here. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. And there it is. Just that simple, we got it replaced. Alright, so to repair the handle here, I already got a new handle. And I'll be honest with y'all, I knew that I was going to be fixing the stuff on this van. I just didn't know it was going to be today. I didn't know I'd be borrowing it today. So anyway, got that. And as you can see, I put the door panel back on, and there's something just not happening right, and I'm not sure what it is, but I can't get the whole thing off, and I really don't want to break this door panel. So I'm gonna do some research, see if I can't figure out what's missing, what I'm not doing here. That's where we stand right now. Alright, so the other day I was ready to give up on this. I couldn't figure it out. But, after dinner I decided I was going to get on the YouTube myself and see if anybody else had a video of how to get in the door. And I saw some videos on how to replace this interior knob, and how to do, where if this one had power windows and locks and all, where about all that would be right here. But, didn't say anything on changing the outside lock, but I can get the door panel off, and that was my roadblock. I know you can see I've already taken a little bit of it apart, but just show you real quick. First step is you take this black part off. It's held in by these tabs. There's 3 of them. Just kind of wiggle them out. If spring loaded, they'll come out. Just be patient. And then this piece has a spring-loaded clamp up near the front right here, and then it kind of hooks in here, so you just hook it down and you snap it in place. Anyway, behind all that's a Phillips head screw, and since there was one spot right in this general area that was holding it, I'm pretty sure this is what my holdup was the other day. Let's see what we getting out. Hey, door panel removed. So anyway, we got this vapor barrier here. Well, one thing I may want to do right now is put this window up, because that will interfere for sure. Now, just gotta figure out what we gotta do to get to this. Oh boy. And it's held in by speed nuts. So evidently, I was right the first time. It's all done from out here. Alright, now that I've discovered these are riveted in, I'm going to have to remove the rivet heads to get this all out. So I went ahead and took the liberty of just completely removing the handle itself. For that, I use this. But anyway, I think right now, especially since I want to spin a little bit, just go grind them off. Y'all over here for a minute. See if I can't just pop it from here. I think that's a yes. Alright, that's one. Take a little more off that one. See what we got now. This will be a little more stubborn. That's alright. I'm stubborn too. I can fit stubborn. And considering how that screwdriver just went right through there, like it was nothing, I know I've already done it, but please make sure your window's up. Because that would have been a window had been down. Now see what I can do on this side to make it finish coming loose. Believe it or not, the rod is actually still hooked up. Just broke the handle. I finally got this contraption out. And the big secret to once you get the rivets out is getting, this is the rod that attaches to the handle, goes to the lock here. Getting this out is a little bit of a chore. But it's very doable. It's just gotta figure out how it goes. And that was the hard part. But nonetheless, what you do is there's a snap in here, and I'll try to get you all in here while I reconnect everything so you can see it. And you unhook it from that, then this you can manipulate and just pull it out where this thing is. But anyway, from what I just experienced, that tells me that the first thing I need to do is put this back on. Now personally, I don't have a riveter big enough to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use some regular bolts. Hopefully I've got some in stock. And I'm going to bolt it up. I mean, ain't nobody stealing this van. And they'd have to know that I've replaced it with regular bolts to get in there. And honestly, they probably just start spinning, so I'm okay with putting just regular bolts out there. If that is something you're concerned about, you can get the security bolts, and you can buy those sets off Amazon and whatnot, and they're not expensive. Alright, so I managed to find some bolts that'll work, and one of them's a little longer than I would like, but I think we'll be fine. I'll make sure it doesn't interfere with the window. If it does, I'll trim it. Alright, so I've got the handle bolted on. If you can see, I got my bolts there. Hopefully they're not too long. I don't think they are, but anyway, remember this rod right here? It clips right, hopefully y'all can see that, right in there. So obviously it's going to be hard for me to stick my hand in there, but I'll get that attached and then I'll bring y'all back. Alright, so there we are. Rod's installed. It kind of goes up through that white plastic thing and hooks. Then it comes down. I know it's kind of hard for me to get this thing to focus. And right in here, that yellow thing just snaps on the threads. For sure in there. Alright, she snapped. Now just close that. And we should have a working latch now. Let's see what happens. Hey! It's probably been a year since you could do that with this van. So now, it's just reassemble it. First things first is put this plastic Weber coat, whatever it is, back up. Alright, so the camera cut off of me putting that back in, so hope you caught most of it. Anyway, I'll just recap it real quick in case not. But you come down, feed your handle through, come down, fish this through, and your door panel will snap down. Put the screw in that we took out earlier, that's right there. Put this pad on, which you hook here, snaps here, and then I had to take my screwdriver right here and push a little bit of the pad back. Then this black piece, we fished the handle through it, pulled it out, put it in there, and then just like that, snapped the black piece back on. Snapped this black piece back on, screwed the handle in, put the screw in, door panel is reinstalled. Alright, my screws that I put in are not interfering with the window. So this van's ready to go. Anyways, if you could please go ahead and hit the like and subscribe buttons. They help the channel a lot. I never thought I'd be working on a minivan on this channel. Yeah, here we are. And this got some pretty good how-tos out of it. Anyway, getting ready to take this thing back to my dad. I hope that he's happy with it. This door being operational is certainly going to help. That taillight, hey, that's great. Hopefully maybe I can get a chance to get some wipers on. If I don't get a chance, I see my dad enough, I'll just do them later. But anyway, thank you for tuning in, and I really appreciate y'all watching the channel. So I'm going to say thanks and have a great day.